All right, let's get into our starts of the week.
Starts of the week.
All right, my start of the week at the quarterback position pains me to say because I'm facing him.
Oh, it is a glory. I feel like you're just trying to jinx me.
You know, it has crossed my mind. It's Phillip Rivers at home against Cleveland, bounce back game coming off, I believe, 2 losses in a row?
Yes.
So I have him at 300-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, at least. So
I love hearing that.
Phillip is my start of the week at quarterback. Let's go ahead and go over to Jason Moore.
I'm going with the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. We talked about these guys yesterday. Not only do I think he's a streamable guy because somehow only 39% ownership for the number 3.
After waiver. Wait,
Yeah.
Is that like today?
I haven't checked it today, but that was yesterday after waiver.
You know what that is? That is ginger discrimination.
Yes, it is ginger discrimination, but I've got him. We talked about him enough yesterday and today. I believe he puts up great numbers with all of his new weapons.
Hold on, I'm looking up this ownership because I got to see what this is at. Owned. Okay, he's owned in 67%.
All right. Okay, so people
That's
picked
After
him
waiver
up.
wire?
Yeah, that's at least.
Well, the bye weeks are here. People are grabbing a quarterback for those situations too.
Okay, for my start of the week, I need you to hit a button for me.
Send in the car. Send in the car.
Yeah, send in the car. This was Andy's stream of the week, and he will be my.
What's his name?
Derek Carr.
Okay, just making sure.
I thought you were going Breaking Bad on me.
I didn't know if you were going Brandon Carr, the DB.
Or his brother jumping out of retirement real quick.
Yeah.
But Derek Carr, we talked about back-to-back 300-yard games, 2 touchdowns in each of those, and Amari Cooper has just he lived up to his hype. One of those guys who actually did, where they said he's the most league-ready wide receiver in a long time, and he's showing it. He's been fantastic. Watch him on tape. He looks great. Michael Crabtree is, I guess, healthy and seems to be a capable wide receiver, and just everything in Oakland is working right now, and they get a great matchup against the Bears.
I love that in your notes it says Chicago has gone full ostrich.
Yeah, they have. They're just burying their head in the sand. We need to sell players. I guess it might just.
We're not going to give you any injury updates.
Oh, I don't
that
want
way
to
we
go
can
back
lose
into that.
by less.
And they're selling the team. There's these rumors of. I'm sure this is just media speculation, not based on anything, but like actually verbally, people are talking about. Are they going to trade Matt Forte and Jay Cutler? And it's like, what is going on in Chicago?
I was going to say, I think with Carr and Cooper, you have a budding Cutler Marshall situation there.
Yeah,
You got a gun.
you
got a
do.
gunslinger. You got a target monster that's always open. All right, so the running back. Let's go ahead and go with Mike. You can give us your running back start of the week.
So this is a hybrid.
Yeah.
Because it's Alfred Blue for me or Arian Foster if he plays. Atlanta is giving up massive points to the running backs. 7 touchdowns that leads the league. And Alfred Blue last week, 31 for 139 yards and a touchdown. And I think the Texans know the only way. Everybody knows. I mean, it's just so I guess it's just being stating the obvious. The only way you're going to beat Atlanta, do not let them have the ball. And if that would include giving Alfred Blue a healthy dose of carries, and I like him. I don't think the Atlanta running game is that strong. I know they shut down Dallas in the second half, but I like Blue in this game.
My start of the week is Carlos Williams. We talked about how he is our number 3 and 4 for Andy and I running back. Now that's of course if Shady's out. Sometimes people don't feel confident playing backups. Feel confident playing Carlos Williams. Carlos with a K.
if McCoy was somehow active, are you still starting Williams?
Flex.
Flex, yeah.
Yeah, maybe flex, but I probably would not start him if he's active. In fact, I've got another. If, in case Shady plays, then my start of the week would be Devonta Freeman, who Tevin Coleman's not back yet. He looks great.
That's your start of the week against the Houston front?
Houston hasn't been that good against the run, which is
No, you're right.
shocking
You're right.
because they should be with that line. But
Good point.
yeah,
All
right.
right. To save characters when I type it out, I've been calling Carlos Williams K Willie. K Willie, jump on the bandwagon.
I'm not sure he would love that.
K Willie.
Oh, my goodness. It's been a while since you've debuted. It could have been worse. Matt Forte is my start of the week. He's my number 1 this week, which is why I'm putting him on that list. I also really like Melvin Gordon this week. He's my number 8 overall running back this week. I think at home, coming back against Cleveland, he's looked the part. They've just been down. I think they'll be up in this game. It'll be Gordon time. Get ready for some I'm buying Gordon in league.
I love the Gordon pick. I mean, I had him as my start of the week last week, and it didn't pan out. And I went back and I watched, and he's running great. And then that pick 6 in near, I believe, the end of the third quarter, they didn't even play him in the fourth because the game was out of reach.
This is kind of a random aside, so I apologize, because we were talking about Phillip Rivers. Look at Phillip Rivers' schedule coming up. Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Green Bay is iffy because he's in Green Bay, so that's one. But Oakland, Baltimore, Chicago, then a bye week. Phillip Rivers' schedule is lining up to be fantastic, and Mr. Gates comes back next week. I just needed to mention
It's very important to mention, and if you can grab him and you're tight end needy, go do it. All right, so my wide receiver, I'm hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
Little Mark Curry reference there.
I loved that show.
Oh, me too.
Give it up. Give it up.
All right, Amari Cooper's my start of the week. We've talked it all out. He's super high in our rankings. He's facing Chicago. That's all there is to it. Jason.
Moving on.
My wide receiver start of the week is Donte Moncrief. I talked last week about how Jacksonville's defense, their secondary is just destroyed right now, and so I like Donte Moncrief a lot.
I can't get the song out of my head now.
You got to give it up for the brother.
We got to get Mark Curry on the show. What is he doing right now? Is he still trying out for the Warriors?
It was what?
That's what he in the show. He was always trying. He's trying out for the Golden State Warriors.
That's right.
Because he was a basketball coach.
Come on, give me that hanging with Mr. Cooper love on Twitter. There's got to be somebody who
Mr. Cooper.
All right, Mike, your wide receiver start of the week is one of my favorite picks here.
Okay, check this out. Wide receiver start of the week. Allen Hurns. Who?
When I saw that at first, I was
Wow.
like, what? And then
Are you kidding me?
And then I looked into it, and I think it's a brilliant pick.
Wow.
Allen Hurns of the Jacksonville Jaguars is taking on the Indianapolis Colts. This is what Allen Hurns has done in his first 3 weeks: 60 yards, 68, and 70. He's had fantasy weeks, and the Indianapolis Colts are coming in. We have Vontae Davis, who is one of the best DBs in the league, and who do we think that he will be matched up against?
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, the number 1 target, and that is going to free up the speedster Allen Hurns. I like him a lot this week.
Their other DBs are
dead.
destroyed.
Yeah, that's the other point.
Yeah,
They're playing
that's great.
against practice squad guys.
And we like Bortles a little bit this week too. So tight end, Mike, who are you going with?
I'm going with the Iron Man. Jason Witten went from crutches to playing in a game with his 2 sprained ankles. The guy, you cannot keep him off the field.
He's a monster.
And his targets, 9 targets, 8 targets, 8 targets. Brandon Whedon is averse to throwing the ball to wide receivers, apparently. I don't think that continues, but Jason Witten will still get a healthy dose of targets.
Pretty sure
from
Greg
Brandon.
Olsen with some targets did something decent against New Orleans last
Exactly.
week.
All right, my tight end is Charles Clay.
Ah, you dog. You dog.
I say that only because Jason had his in the doc before I did. But but Charles Clay is my number 1 on my rankings. I have to mention him.
Yeah.
Who's yours, Jason?
Mine is a mixture between Charles Clay and Jason Witten. We basically got those 2 starts of the week. Love both of those guys. If you need a guy off waivers, Charles Clay. If you have Jason Witten, start him with confidence.
And if you had to make me pick somebody else because you claimed Charles Clay first, I would go with Jordan Reed this week.
there you go.
What is...
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I really can't stop watching
We
this.
gotta go play some basketball.
I am 8 years old again. And
Oh.
that was TGIF, right?
Yeah, Raven Simone's dancing on my screen right now. All right, well, that closes out this extra long edition of the Fantasy Footballers podcast. Be sure to check out our website, thefantasyfootballers.com. If you have a question, an urgent trade question, waivers, start, sit, you just need some advice, click the submit a question button. If you have an urgent request, you can let us know on there, and we will answer you.
And go to jointhefoot.com. We have an awesome community building up. It is fantastic, and there's exclusive content from us. There's going to be an extra mailbag show
Today.
today. And on top of that, we have these awesome goals, and we are very near a goal that is going to force the 3 of us to spend 8 straight hours on Twitter answering questions.
Yeah, anything you want to ask. Anything at all.
Anything goes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anything
Oh,
goes.
We picked the
I mean,
questions to answer.
from your fantasy questions to our social security numbers. I mean,
I'm not
anything
scared.
goes.
I got LifeLock. Good luck.
Dear LifeLock, please call us for a sponsorship opportunity.
So that's the end of the show. Thank you, Foot Clan. Do you guys have anything to say before I say goodbye?
I'm thinking Arby's.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.thefantasyfootballers.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.